Shalom, shalom. This is Brother Ishmael from WFI China. Coming back to check with another quick video. Right? I want to give Almighty Shalom to the elders that been in the shoot for decades and decades. I want to give Almighty Shalom to the brothers and sisters enduring these elements in this wicked world. Shalom, shalom. So today I just come with a quick video to break down how much months in a year, how much days in a month, right? How much hours in a day. Because according to the scriptures, that they change times and laws. You understand? Now they're telling us that there are 365 days in a year. They're telling us that the day starts at midnight, right? Absolute madness, right? So we just come in here to rightfully divide the word of truth. So the first precept we're going to is 2 Timothy 2:15. The book of 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 15. It says, study to show thyself approved unto the Most High. So you want to study to show yourself approved to the Lord, right? A workman that needed not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. So we study to get the truth, right? And we rightly divide the word of truth from the lies. Right? Going to First Kings 1 verse 7. It's the book of First Kings, chapter 4 and verse 7. And Solomon had 12 officers over all Israel, which provided victuals for the king and his household. So King Solomon had 12 officers, right, to provide victuals for the king's household, right? 12 men. Each man his month in a year made provision. So 12 officers, each man have a particular month to bring something in a year provision. So in a year time, right? It had 12 men and each man supposed to bring it is required of them for a certain month. So if it have 12 men, right, and each man a month in a year time, therefore it's showing you that it have 12 years. So like 12 months in a year, right, according to the scriptures. Right? So we just read it again. And Solomon had 12 officers over all Israel, which provided victuals for the king and his household. Each man his month in a year made provision. So 12 men, right, for 12 months, right, in a year. You understand? Next precept for that previous one is Esther 2 and verse 12. Right? This book of Esther 2 and verse 12. Now when every maid's turn was come to go in to King Assuerus after that she had been 12 months, according to the manner of the woman. For so were the days of their purifications accomplished. So therefore women would have to be purified before they could go in unto the king, right? The king not just want to take any woman, right? Reading on. To wit 6 months with oil of myrrh and 6 months with sweet odors. So 6 months by 6 months, right? I will give it 12. Reading on. And with other things of the purifying of the woman. So eh, in other words, the woman would have to be go through a process of purifying themselves for a year, which would be 12 months, as it say. To which 6 months with oil and myrrh and 6 months with sweet odors. Understand? So again, we see it 12 months in a year. Right? You cannot get into it. So now we went to Genesis 7 and verse 11. This is book of Genesis 7 and verse 11. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the second month, the 17th day of the month, the same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of heaven were opened. So this year, speaking about the flood, this is when the flood started, right? The flood started when? Say in the 600th year of Noah's life, right? So now we're 600, right? So like in the second month, right? The 17th day of the month. So the flood starts. The key point here is the flood starts in the second month of the year. Right? The flood starts in the second month. Right? Reading on. The 17th day of the month, the same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up and the windows of heaven were open. Right? So it's speaking about when the flood starts. So the key point, the flood starts in the second month. Jumping down to verse 24 to the bottom, last verse. and the waters prevail upon the earth 150 days. So it starts in the second month, right? And the waters, which is the flood, it stay on the earth 150 days. So key point, second month and 150 days, right? We go to Genesis 8 and verse 4. Right, this book of Genesis 8, Salaki. Genesis 8 and verse 4. And the ark rested in the seventh month, on the 17th day of the month, upon the mountains of Ararat. Right? So it starts in the second month, right? It's a, and the ark rested in the seventh month. So it starts in the second month and it stopped in the seventh month. Clean. Alright? So now you gotta do a little maths. Right? So it starts in the second month and ended in the seventh Salakia. So seven, right? Take away two, because it starts in the second month and take away. Salakia, it starts in the second month and finish on the seventh month. So seven take away two, give you five. So therefore, seeing the flood was on the eighth for 5 months, right? It starts in the second, and if you count, right? Say it starts in the second month, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That will give you 5 months. So the flood was on the earth for 5 months, 5 whole months. Right? Now, going back from Genesis 7 and 24, it say that the flood stay on the earth 150 days. Right? So, and next account to prove it's 5 months as well. So 150, can you see 150 days? Right? Divided by 30 because it have 30 days in a month. So 150 divided by 30, right? Giving you that 5. You understand? So again, a second account showing that it have 30 days in a month, right? So therefore, the flood was on the earth for 5 months, right? So we see here, if the flood starts in the second month, right, and ended on the seventh, so 7 take away 2, give you 5, right? 5 months. Right? So now 150, select here, 150 divide by 30 to give you 5. So straight away we see in that 30 days in a month, plain. The flood was on the earth for 5 months, right? Let's say the waters stay on the earth 150 days, 150 divided by 30, give you back that same 5 months. So you understand? It have 30 days in a month, plain. Alright? We'll go back to the scriptures. Right? Going to Daniel. Right? Going to Daniel 2 and verse 21. It's the book of Daniel 2 and 21. And he changeth the times and the seasons. He removeth kings and setteth up kings. He giveth wisdom unto the wise and knowledge to them that know understanding. Right? This is the Lord. See, and he changeth the times and the seasons, and removeth kings and setteth up kings. So the Lord set these kings in their places, right? The Lord set a Biden on these men, right? Oh, as in Trinidad, the prime minister as Dr. Kate Rowley. So these men, oh, as I say, the people voted no. The Lord set up kings and removed kings. You understand? On a deeper level, right? And say, He removeth kings and setteth up kings. He giveth wisdom unto the wise and knowledge to them that no understanding. Right? Key point here, and he changeth the times and the seasons. Right? And we're going to Daniel 7 and verse 25. It's the book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 25. And he spake great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High. It's going into Esau, which should be the so-called white man today, right? Because they tell us the day starts at midnight, right? Absolute madness. Right? The day can never start at midnight when the Bible tell you when the day starts, right? So they say that the day starts at midnight, right? You say we have 365 days in a year, right? We also talk about we have leap year and all this madness, right? It say, and he, right? And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, right? The world given into the hand of the wicked, right? You know who running the world right now, right? See, Lucky. And think to change times and laws. So they change times and laws, right? They change the times and laws, right? They're telling us now we have 365 days in a year. Understand? They're telling us now the day starts at midnight, right? They change the laws, as in the Lord say, um, a law, right? Lord say don't celebrate Christmas. Understand? Now they say you could celebrate Christmas, right? You know, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time. So it seems to be given into his hand until a time. Now, if we go into the blue letter, right? Let's go into the blue letter and get the meaning of time, right? Into Daniel 2 and 21 in the blue letter to get the meaning of time, right? So the Strong's, this would be 85732, right? Again, 85732, right? So, like, so the meaning of the times, right? It's a time of duration, a year. So time means a year. So time in this year, right? So time in this verse right now means a year, right? So it's a and they shall be given into his hand until a time and times. So times is by two, right? Because we know times would be by two, right? And the dividing of time, right? So let's go back to the calculator, right? So time is a year, which is 360, right? 360 days in a year, right? Times, which would be 360 multiplied by 2, would give you 720. That's times, right? Times, right? So time is a year, and times, which would be by 2. So 360 multiplied by 2, and dividing of time. So therefore, dividing of time would be 360, right? Divided by 2 to give you 180 and dividing of times, right? Going back to the precept. So it says, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time, which is 360, and times, which is multiplied by 2, right? And the dividing of time, which would give you 180, right? So, you don't know, right now, going back to the calculator, if you add all of this up, right, you're supposed to get 1260, right? So it's 360, which is time, multiply, no, it's a time, right? 360 and times, which is 720, right? And times is 360 by 2 would give you 720, right? Plus, right? 180, which is dividing of times, would give you 1260. Understand? So let me do this again. So it's a, let's read it first, right? Daniel 7 and 25. So that's one, right? Daniel 7 and 25. It says, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time, which is 360, right? And times, which is 360 by 2, right? Which would give you 720, right? Plus 720, right? And dividing of time, which is 180, right? Because 360 divided by 2 will give you 180, right? So plus 180 will give you 1260, right? Clean. So say that this man, right, he saw, right, he would change times, right, and laws, which we see and they are today, right? They change times and laws, right? Then you go into Job 17 and verse 12, right? This book of Job 17 and verse 12, right? Say they change the night into day. The light is short because of darkness. Understand? So they change everything. Understand? Tell you now the day starts at midnight. How on earth the day could start in the middle of the night? That don't make no sense. Right? Tell you now you have a leap year. Right? Tell you 365 days in a year. Understand? It's confusion. Right? You go to Daniel 8 and 25. Right? It's the book of Daniel, chapter 8 and verse 25. Right? Book of Daniel 8 and 25. And through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. Right? He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. Right? This describing Esau. Right? And we all know who Esau is, according to the scriptures it says. And through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. Right? They crafty, right? And he shall magnify himself in his heart, right? They think that nobody better than them, right? And by peace shall destroy many by peace, right? They come peace, right? They come in so-called peace, right? Just as we know with the so-called Native Americans, right? They come in peace, right? And we see what happened, right? We all went through history, right? You understand that they come in peace, right? And they kill them, right? So you see that he would come in peace. So this Bible describes everything, right? This Bible have the answer to everything, right? We go back to Job 12, right? We're going back to the book of Job, Job 12, right? It's the book of Job 12 and verse 7. It's the book of Job, chapter 12 and verse 7. But ask now the beasts, and they shall teach thee, and the fowls of the air, and they shall tell thee. So basically, you can learn things from these animals, right? You can learn things from the beasts, right? You can learn things from the birds, right? I'm telling you, we can learn these things. Right now, the Lord set up things for us so that we could tell the seasons and times and these things, right? The Lord put things in place so that we could, right, rightfully divide the word of truth, right? So we could tell the time, we could tell the seasons and these things, right? We go to Genesis 1, right? Go to Genesis 1, right? Um, Genesis 1 and verse 14, right? Genesis 1 and Salakia. Let me read up. Come, we start at verse 5. Right? Now, man say the day starts in the middle of the night, right? Is Genesis 1 and verse 5. And the Most High called the light day, and the darkness he called night, and the evening and the morning were the first day. So the day starts at even, right? Evening meaning in the afternoon when the sun goes down, right? The day starts when the sun goes down, not 12, not so-called 12 o'clock, you understand? Not in the middle of the night, right? See, and the evening and the morning were the first day. So the day starts at the evening, which would be when the sun goes down. So just as it gets dark, that's a new day, right? The day don't start in the middle of the night. Everything starts in darkness, as in a baby, right? A baby in the mother belly, right? Inside of the dark, everything starts in darkness. That's why the new day starts at even, which is just as the sun goes down, as new day. So just as darkness starts, right? Right? At sundown, as you would say, at sundown, right? That's when the new day starts, right? Jumping down to verse 14, right? Genesis 1 and 14. And the Most High said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and for years. So therefore, the Lord set these elements, right, so that we could tell the days, the years, right, that be for signs and seasons, right. Therefore, the Lord put these things so that we could, again, tell the time, right, tell the seasons, right, these things, right. That's why I say ask the beast, right, and it will tell you, therefore, you can learn from these things, right. When you go to Ecclesiastes 1 and verse 5, right? It's the book of Ecclesiastes 1 and verse 5, right? So it said, the sun also ariseth, and the sun goeth down, and hasteth to his place where he arose. So it's like a circle, right? The sun also ariseth, and the sun goeth down, right? And hasteth to his place where he arose, right? So it's like a cycle, right? Um, so I know we hear about solar time before, right? Just like if we watch at the sun and it directly in the center, you know, right, like noon, right? Around 12, you know, when the sun at at its peak in the center, right? Well, that is noon, right? So let me just see, right? that it have 12 hours in a day, according to the scriptures. Right? So solar time is 24 hours a day. Right? We go to Proverbs 11 and verse 1. Right? This book of Proverbs 11 and verse 1. It says, a false balance is abomination to Yahweh. Right? But a just weight is his delight. Right? So the Lord is a balanced God. Right? Things balanced. Right? It have um if we like try to, right? And one one side is heavier than the other, right? It would fall down, right? That wouldn't stand up, right? So it's a false balance is abomination to Yahweh, but a just weight is his delight, right? We go to John 11 and verse 9, right? It's the book of John, chapter 11 and verse 9, right? So we see here that the Lord is a balanced God, right? So we see here, Yahushai answered, right? Yahushai would be the word, he calls Jesus Christ. See, Yahushai answered, I dare not 12 hours in the day. So if it have 12 hours in a day, and the Lord is a balanced God, therefore it would have 12 hours in the night. Therefore, 12 and 12 will give you 24. Right? So it's say, reading on, I dare not 12 hours in the day. If any man walk in the day, he stumbleth not, because he see the light of this world. Right? So senior priests are telling you it have 12 hours in a day, and with a just balance, it would have 12 in the night. Right? So just alright. So come, you see here, right? According to the scriptures, 12 months in a year, right? So 360 days, right? In a year. So 12 months make up a year. It have 360 days in a year, according to the scriptures, right? 30 days in a month, right? 24 hours in a day, according to the scriptures, right? So Lord's willing, brothers are edified, right? And I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, right? And with that, Shalom.